Today's subject is the new movie starring Bruce Willis and his nursing home caretakers. It's called Comic Sans. And speaking of Comic Sans, this is the sign for the Chamber of Commerce building in my hometown. Have you ever seen anything so ugly in your entire life? Please donate to my GoFundMe page so that I can move to a new town that doesn't have Comic Sans font on the Chamber of Commerce building. Thank you. I actually saw this one not on demand, but in the theater, because I firmly believe that this is the giant blockbuster picture that will bring people back to the cinemas. Sorry, Christopher Nolan. Better luck next time. So since I was in the theater and unable to pause and rewind the film at will, you might be wondering if I was able to find any of the obvious shots of Bruce Willis' stunt double that his late period work is so infamous for. Well, it was actually really easy to do this because the introductory shot of his character is a tracking shot of him from behind walking into a bar. It's clearly not Willis because, as you already know, Nuke the Shark fans, he doesn't do walking scenes because that's just too much work. But they let the shot go on, and on anyway. So what's the plot of this here movie comic, Cosmic Sin? Well, it's simple. Bruce Willis versus space zombies. This is not to be confused with the movie Breach that came out 3 months ago, which was about Bruce Willis versus space zombies. Now that movie wasn't good. It's a ripoff of Alien that was too formulaic to work, but the plot kinda made sense and Willis said a few of his lines audibly. Cosmic Sin, though, was complete nonsense trash. So this couple on a different planet makes first contact with an alien species and they take over their brains and turn them into zombies. They show up at a military base with the worst security ever and kill a lot of people. This makes sense though, since everyone at the base looks like a bunch of unshaven slobs and that should be reviewing movies on YouTube and not fighting in wars. Anyway, eventually they get the threat contained and decide that they need to go kill this species before it kills us. So they call in Bruce Willis and he and his team get to the planet in the worst way possible besides the bus. That's jumping through a wormhole and literally falling onto the planet. There are spaceships in this universe, but they decide they'd rather plummet violently from space into an unknown area. So miraculously they make it onto the planet without broken bones and within walking distance of one another as well. Well, everyone besides Frank Grillo's character, who's floating around in space because that's going to come into play later. The team runs into another team that's out to fight the aliens, and after they stop fighting each other and realize that they are on the same team, they sit around for a long time and talk to get the movie to 90 minutes. It's at this time that you realize how nasty this movie is visually. It's all blue and orange, and it's so blue and orange that makes a Michael Bay film look like not blue and orange. Sorry, this movie broke my brain. There's a scene where one of the team talks to a little girl who is there. We have no idea where she came from, or who she is, and she's only in this one scene and is never seen again. Bruce Willis whines in his mumbly way that no one likes him after the last time he committed genocide against an alien race, and how they'll hate him again after he does it a second time. Come on, dude, you committed the cosmic sin of wiping out an entire species. What do you expect? His character's just really cold and callous and unlikable. There's a scene where one of the characters are dying and he just executes him. He's like, what? He's just gonna die anyway. He was still conscious and still feeling, you monster. You didn't even ask him. So Bruce Willis's lady love shows up as a zombie, which is kind of weird since she didn't make the jump to the planet. How did she get there? The alien army starts arriving through a portal, and the good guys use a convenient space cannon and a convenient Frank Grillo in space to blow it and the army up. Kaboom! Overall, this was pretty garbage. Bruce Willis is a terrible, terrible leading man. The visuals are awful and the plot is nonsensical and relies on extreme coincidences. The cosmic sin committed here was wasting our time. 2 out of 10.